What is up, guys? It's Marcus with Metaphos, and I am joined today by Kevin Wu. Kevin, as you can see on
Yo,
our screen here, we have a little bit of an update.
yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, literally like just a couple of days ago, right? Like maybe when was this exactly? Monday?
It was like Saturday night,
Yeah, it
9
was.
p.m. our
Yeah,
time.
it was not even a week ago at this point. Konami had made an announcement that starting at Nationals in 2025, that Time Wizard events would no longer be following the old rules and would start using current rules as well as current card text. This changed a lot of cards in the format, most notably cards like Brain Control and Future Fusion and Goyle Guardian would basically be irrelevant in the format. And then obviously other cards got way better or worse that would still be relevant in the format. But it had taken a lot of us Time Wizard players back, and really kind of 95% public outrage, I would say. But before we get into this, I'm going to read to you the new updates here, and then we can kind of talk about it a little bit further from there. So, all right, as you guys can see here, it says, what are the rules for Time Wizard Tournament? And we have an updated. All right, Time Wizard events use the available cards, forbidden and limited list rule regarding drawing on the first turn and the dueling field of the selected Time Wizard format. No surprise there, that's all the same. But now we have this in asterisk here, new. Time Wizard events will use the game mechanics and card text of the era in question at NAWCQ 2025. This is an update to an earlier fax. In the future, we will offer TCG version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel's time travel format, which is essentially, the format they were trying to switch this to, which uses current mechanics and card text, but older card pools. But both Time Wizard and Time Travel will be offered at the OTS level. And then they go on after that to talk about their three major formats, which is Hat format, Edison, and Goats. That does not change. The rest of this is all the same. So yeah, I mean, everyone said no way Konami reverts this, and that, Edison with Konami is essentially dead. And here we are. It looks like it might be alive, though. I will say, as for Nationals, Keegan's hosting a huge RBAT. Bunch of people signed up. Pretty sure that thing's already capped. And then they still haven't even announced an Ultimate Time Wizard, especially for Edison, even an event for Edison outside of pools at this point. So I don't think that'll conflict. But what are your thoughts?
Honestly, in all my time playing Yu-Gi-Oh, I've never seen Konami do any reverts, especially not in this short time frame. So similar to Saturday night when they first dropped the news, I'm still taking a little bit of time to digest this, and it's kind of crazy that they actually went back on their words. I'm literally actually re-sleeving my deck right now to play in our Edison tournaments, because I thought the only tournament that we could play is just RBTs. I don't know, it's just kind of excited.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess
crazy. The community pushed for this thing to happen and to go back, the outrage, and Konami actually listened. And I will say, in defense of Konami, as of late, people started complaining about pricing, myself included. I was on a podcast with Team APS and we were talking about it. Not even 2 months later, they introduced this new prize format where they're giving top cut, specific prize cards or prize packs that have specific cards in them, as well as stamped cards. And now, they make this change to Ultimate Time Wizard. They think it's going to be a good thing for Master Duel. Instant backlash, and they actually listen to us. They're reverting this thing immediately. The only time in my entire time playing Yu-Gi-Oh! At Konami events I've ever seen them go back on anything was in 2017 when they had banned Billy Break, and then right before Nats they unbanned him.
wow, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, and honestly, I never seen Konami ever go back on their word. My first instinct when I saw this revert was to quickly run to the event page, but I saw there was still no Ultimate Time Wizard, and it was only the Giant Card Time Wizard event on Sunday, which is for hat format.
Yeah, I saw that as well. I'm curious if maybe that has something to do with how big they anticipate Nationals being, and maybe they just don't have the capacity to accumulate or accommodate another like 500 players. You know what I mean? That would be my guess, at least. Otherwise, maybe they also just anticipated doing this new format, expecting a lot less people, and then not wanting to do a major for it right away because they weren't sure how it was going to be received. But very clearly, it was not received well.
I will say one of the biggest driving forces for Edison was that we had official tournaments. So, I'm glad the rulings or whatever the format got changed back, but hopefully we'll still get our official tournaments.
Yeah, for sure. And like it's just crazy that this is even happening. Guys, I'm absolutely stoked. Glad we have an RBT in Indy. We have RBT Chicago right after, but knowing that Ultimate Time Wizard events are still going to be around definitely brings me a lot of joy, especially because I myself, at first I was definitely a little irritated, but I was kind of coming around to the idea of, you know what, it's still better than current format. So I was probably going to end up playing regardless, but now knowing that I won't have to play two separate retro formats in the, at a competitive level, because RBTs and what we thought was going to be the future of Konami Edison were going to be very, very different things. But now that we're back to where we need to be, I'm stoked. Let me know in the comments down below, guys, what you guys think. Thanks for hopping on, Kevin. And until next time, see you later, my Meta Pros.
Bye, everyone.